Hey, what's happening, ladies and gents? I'm your guy, Arrington Gavin, and you're tuning into the Arrington Gavin Show, your go to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day. Whether it's politics, pop culture, sports, or the latest buzz, we're diving deep and keeping it real. You hear me? So kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. Yes, my friends, welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. I'm very excited to be joining you for another great conversation. We're going to impact a lot within this hour. But before I move forward, always have to acknowledge, man, please continue to support the Arrington Gavin Show. New episodes drop weeknights, available on all digital and streaming platforms, in the all podcast platforms, as well as the streaming platforms of YouTube and Rumble. Our YouTube channel is R Smooth Club Media. Okay, the letter R and Smooth Club Media, as well as Rumble at the Arrington Gavin Show. You can also listen to us on our one of our newest affiliates, WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk out of Dallas, Georgia. So we truly appreciate them and excited to be a part of the WDJY family. And you can also listen online at WDJYFM.com. So we drop you can listen to us Monday through Fridays, weeknights at 11 p.m. on WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. What else do we got going on for you? Gonna talk a lot today as far as some interesting stories in the midst of course, politics, entertainment, pop culture, and a little bit of sports as well. So gonna give you a good mix up today. Also, I want to thank all the volunteers who helped out. Most recently, I have a foundation called the Rugged Evolution Foundation, and we do an annual back to school giveaway once a year, uh literally towards like the last days until school starts. And we've done that since 2019, and we've given out well over to 2,000 families in the Hampton Roads areas, and we're continue to give more because I've always said, growing up, I was a very fortunate kid, right? Very fortunate kid who had it all. I never, never knew what hard times was, never knew what, missing a meal or, again, I was spoiled. I had everything. I had all the clothes, the shoes, the games, the toys, the supplies. It came easy for me, right? It came easy for me. Yet I was still that kid that could, complain. Oh, I wish I had this. I wish I had that. But then I always got to slap myself, and I'm like, dude, you don't understand the privilege that you have compared to others that don't have much. So you know what? That always stuck to me, and luckily, I had parents that always installed in me like, hey, look, you are a very blessed kid, so you always have to be a blessing to others. And that's what I was determined to do the older I got. And once we started the Rugged Evolution Foundation, we're continue to build that up. We're working on a mentorship program. We focus mainly on adolescent kids, mostly males, but we've helped out boys and girls. And yeah, we gave out, I think this most recent one we given out about 500, I don't know, I'm gonna say 565-ish backpacks filled with school supplies. We even included headphones in the backpacks this year. We had some awesome giveaways. We had Chesapeake's finest. We had the fire department out there showing some love. We had the sheriff department doing Identikids. Free haircuts, free face painting, snow cone truck, man. It was a ball, man. It was a ball. It was a lot of preparation because I'm not gonna lie, your boy was exhausted at the end of the day. I was just pooped, but we still kept it moving, and we were very, very fortunate. We partnered with a local church as we had at the second year. Their Bethany Baptist Church. So shout out to Bishop Kaysen. He's actually going to be coming on the show very soon. But we had, shout out to Bishop Kaysen. Shout out to Virginia State Delegate Bonita Anthony, who showed some love and came on out. We also had my friends Jeremy Rodden and Amber Bomer. They are the co-founders of Pride in the Peak. Pride in the Peak is a LGBTQ Q I plus LGBTQIA plus organization that they do a lot of great stuff within the community. I actually had the honor of being one of the MCs at their recent Pride in the Peak, and it was dope. It was huge, man, and I had a great time. And again, we're here building up the community, right? We're here to help change the narrative, and they came out, show some love. My friend Rue Willis, who's actually running for Chesapeake City School Board, who she will also be on the show very soon because she is 23 years old, y'all. Let me tell you something. I'm a huge advocate for young people taking that leap of faith, and running for a local office and just changing the narrative. Because again, we can always complain about old people being involved in politics. Congress, House. I mean, they're super old, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, are they're the only ones that's running. Okay, you don't see a lot of young people running, and on top of that, you also see that when it comes to voting in certain communities, it's older people are the predominant that go out and vote. A lot of young people don't, and that's just stat sheets. That's just comparing numbers right now. I'm not saying all young people are like that, but the majority, it's like young people don't really get involved in politics as they should. And I hope that this program is and others can be somewhat of an outlet to get you more involved in an understanding of what's happening in your local community. So again, shout out to Rue Willis as well. So it was an exciting time, man. I'm not gonna lie, I was stressing out a little bit because you work so hard putting on an event, and then it's like, oh man, I hope people show up. Yeah, I hope people show up and stuff. So I was nervous from the beginning, but at the end of the day, we did give out some supplies, and I even had some extras to give out to my neighbors' kids and stuff. So it was awesome. It was awesome. Um, but I will say it was a little stressful because I have a neighbor who is extremely sweet. Sweet person, lives by herself. Um, but like she doesn't have a lot of friends, but you kind of know why. She's a little on the like a know-it-all and always has to be in charge, even though it's like, okay, you're volunteering, I'm leading this thing, but yet she wants to tell people what to do and stuff. And I'm just like, oh boy, like you gotta just just listen, even though if you don't like, just listen, do as you're told, and like we keep it moving, we won't have any problems. And it's a team effort. So it was some issues happening with that, man. I'm just like, Lord, not today, not today. And it comes with the, I mean, people who have businesses that that run businesses that has employees, you understand, because you're dealing with different personalities. And at the end of the day, you got to bring everybody, strangers, together to work as a team. And everybody has a different work style, everybody has their opinion. I mean, hell, I got my own show, so obviously I have my own opinion too. But it could be difficult. It could be difficult, but it was we made it through. We got it going, and that is all that matters. And I'm excited about that. So, again, welcome for those who are just now listening in or watching the Arrington Gavin show. I am your guy, Arrington Gavin. We have a lot to impact today on today's show. But first and foremost, I have to acknowledge some of our proud supporters of the Arrington Gavin show, like my friends over at Ingenious Gin. Ingenious Gin is a black-owned, veteran-owned spirit for all you gin connoisseurs out there. I highly recommend Ingenious Gin. It has and it's an original spin on it's a spin on the original gin. Excuse me. The original gin is normally clear like water, right? Like vodka. We've seen, everybody knows what gin is, but this is a rose gold gin, so it's very unique. I'm telling you right now, I have never been a gin person, but it's only one gin that I drink, and that's Ingenious Gin. You hear me? Ingenious Gin. You can drink it neat, on the rocks, in a cocktail. I mean, they have drinks like Gin Royal that is so delicious. I mean, you name it, they have it. You can actually go to your local Spirit or ABC stores, grab yourself a bottle, or you can go online at www.ingeniousgin.com. On their website, they have where you can purchase a bottle. They also have all their recipes for different cocktails, man. And if you happen to be watching the show right now, you see I provided a discount code at the bottom that you can receive 20% off your purchase. That's right, my friend. So do me a favor, check it out. And it's amazing. It's amazing. I kid you not. It is really, really good. And do me a favor too, make sure to drink responsibly. When we come back, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more on the Arrington Gavin show. I'll start off with our fun fact of the day, and then we get going with our first story. So don't go anywhere, my friends, and please don't change that dial.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
All right, ladies and gents, welcome back to the show. Okay, let's start off with our fun fact of the day, brought to you by the Arrington Gavin Show. Let's get it going. All right, did you know that pine trees can tell if it's about to rain? Did you know that? Did you? Says here, next time you see a pine cone, take a close look. If it's closed, that's because the air is humid, which can indicate rain is on its way. You learn something every day here on the show because that's something I didn't know. Why? Because I'm always on the move. So I never look at a I feel like if I was retired and had absolutely nothing to do, I can look at a pine cone like, oh, hmm, a closed pine cone. Must be rain coming ahead. like I never knew that, but I think it's quite cool. Quite interesting. Only here on the Aaron Together Show we get to learn new things like that. So yeah, let's start off with our first story of the day, my friends. So sorry for all you J-Lo fans and Ben Affleck fans, but the couple known as Jeniffer is no more. Yes, it's true. It was a lot of rumors that they were having some issues in their marriage, and it is very true. After 2 years, uh, Jennifer Lopez has filed for divorce. That's right, filed for divorce. Um, let's just be honest here. I think that it was. I mean, I'll be honest. I knew that was gonna come. I mean, they're total opposites. I understand when they always say, "Well, opposites attract." I'm like, yeah, sometimes. Sometimes you still have to have some common things and not just sex. All right. You gotta have great communication. You gotta have some form of relations going on. Jennifer Lopez, is very young at heart. What's the word I'm looking for? Very soulful individual. Okay, loves to party, loves to, very extrovert. I feel like Ben Affleck is the total opposite. I don't know if y'all saw when they were at the Grammys. It just looks so weird, even at award shows in general. Like you see her just like jamming and all this other stuff, and he's just like, I don't want to be here. I hate putting on ties. I hate putting on suits. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. She's like, glam me up, baby. Glam me up. Let's party. All this other stuff. Even at the Grammys, it just seemed like, I think it almost like they were arguing for a second, and then when she realized Cameron was right there, like, oh, put on a smiling face and pretend like we're in love with each other. Hey, like that's how it looked, right? But the interesting thing is this is not their, their first go around at love, really. Back in 2002 is when they actually first dated. Yeah, from 2002 to 2004. It says here that they became friends on the set of uh Giggly, excuse me, in December of '01. Having previously encountered each other at industry parties, they began a romantic relationship in July of '02 when Lopez filed for divorce from her second husband. Because, be honest, J Lo, she had some men back in the past, right? She had some men back in the past. I mean, she been with I remember Diddy, Mark Anthony, Affleck. There was a young dancer. I don't know whose name is, but I know they were a thing. Who was she messing with before? Oh, Alex Rodriguez. Doy. I really wish they actually would have worked out, to be honest. But as I continue to read, it says here after her divorce, their relationship was extensively publicized with tabloids referring to the couple as Jeniffer, the first celebrity of its kind, celebrity couple of its kind. Let's see here. It says here that they were actually they did become engaged in '02, but their planned wedding in September of '03 was postponed in 4 days notice because of extensive media attention. They called the engagement in '04. Now, I know it must be extremely difficult for two successful, very busy individuals with busy lives to come together and become one, like fall in love and have a relationship and all that stuff. Because look, I'll be honest, my wife and I are extremely busy individuals. We're not on the status of Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez, but it can get difficult sometimes, right? Because my wife has business functions she has to attend to. I have business functions I have to attend to. We each know how to manage our time, but it's very difficult, right? Now, Ben Affleck had gone through his struggles. I know he entered into rehab after his divorce with Jennifer Gardner, another famous actress. I think he has a thing for Jennifer. Are you catching that right now? So after his divorce with Jennifer Gardner, he entered into rehab, and with the support of his ex-wife, they're still very much cool. They share 2 kids together, 2 or 3 if I'm mistaken. And he was on his way to recover from that. He did his treatment, and I just think it was hard to be sober and avoid all the issues that caused him to have addictions and be with J-Lo. Not saying J-Lo, goes hard in the paint, with alcohol and all this stuff. No, I'm not saying that, but I think just with her busy life, especially as an entertainer. Ben Affleck is an actor. He does films only. Jennifer Lopez performs, she acts, she dances, she is an all-around entertainer. For a second you were like, you wanted to see it last. I mean, I don't want to wish harm on any relationships, but again, I just think it was bound to happen. I didn't think it was very quick on the wedding, the engagement, and then marriage all of a sudden. I'm like, whoa, that was quick. And it just looks so opposite, man. It's almost like so there was a rumor that Bill no, think is it Bill Murray from Ghostbusters? It was a rumor that he was dating Khalees, the R&B singer, who actually used to be married to Nas. Like it was just it just didn't mesh. It did not mesh. It didn't look like it made sense. And again, it's no shocker that this would happen. J Lo, J Lo, like her type, in my opinion, just by seeing all the past relationships that she's been in, she likes a man with a little more soul. All right, it's not. It ain't nothing about cultures, but it's just like she's dated African Americans, she dated Hispanics, and that's been kind of like a rim. And the one white guy that I've seen her, at least publicly, was Ben Affleck, and I guess he's a little too dry for her, a little too plain Jane. She wants some flavor. She wants to dance and all that stuff. Ben's like, I'm not doing that. No, that's not happening. So, hey, that is that is my take on that. I'm not gonna really talk too much more on that. They didn't have a prenup again. They were just together for 2 years. They're grown individuals, both in their 50s, very successful. Yeah, again, hope they can still be friends. Um, sad to see, sad to see a good looking couple like that divorce. You never like to hear the word divorce and all that stuff, but again, I knew that was gonna occur. I really did. It's no surprise at all. Let's see what I want to bring up for you guys next. Okay, I don't know. I mentioned this on a previous show about RFK. So as you know, RFK had recently he's saying that he didn't end his campaign, but I beg to differ. I truly beg to differ. He said he's just suspending his campaign, and then throwing his support out to Donald J. Trump. Let me go play the soundbite for you with what he had to say, give you his own words, and then we'll get it going with the convo on that.
Everyone know that I am not terminating my campaign. I am simply suspending it and not ending it. My name, my name will remain on the ballot in most states. If you live in a blue state, you can vote for me without harming or helping. And now, to throw my support to President Trump. President Trump says that he will reopen negotiations with President Putin and end the war overnight as soon as he becomes president. This alone would justify my support for his campaign. And now, to throw my support to President Trump.
I apologize for that issues with the sound on that. The conference that he did that was not the best quality, but again, a lot of people are saying they were not shocked at all. They were saying, hey, look, Kennedy was always an undercover far right winger, or undercover Trump supporter. This is absolutely no shocker whatsoever. Those who are shocked are people within his family. I'm actually going to read you a statement that was given by his sister, Carrie Kennedy. It says here that we want an American filled with hope and bound together by a shared vision of a brighter future, a future defined by individual freedoms, economic promise, and national pride. We believe in Harrison Waltz. Our brother Bobby's decision to endorse Trump today is a betrayal of the values that our father and our family hold most dear. It is a sad ending to a sad story. And that is quoted by Kathleen Kennedy Townsend, Courtney Kennedy, Carrie Kennedy, Chris Kennedy, and Roy Kennedy. So again, all of his siblings. He's like the troubled child in this case. But what he is, again, the interesting thing is, my friends, is that what was the initial everything that RF Kennedy Jr. said prior, was it all true or was it all a lie? Because if I can recall, his goal was to bring people together. He was trying to bring the two-party system together. He initially ran as a Democrat, but due to his opinions on the COVID vaccine and his stance on the vaccine, that was already a big no-no in the Democratic Party. He was then seen as a anti-vaxxer, a conspiracy theorist. He was starting to go on these not really rants, but interesting conversations with interesting individuals, mainly on the far right side, like Roseanne Barr, comedian Roseanne Barr, who is she has a podcast now, and Roseanne is just, I pray for Roseanne. I really do, because I'm a huge fan of the sitcom show Roseanne, and she's since then just will say some off the wall stuff. But he was telling her about when he I think hit a bear in Central Park, or a dead bear, and was gonna do it. It was just weird. It was weird saying that he had worms in his brains and this and that and the other. And I'm just like, where are we going with this? Because I was very lost. I was very lost, and like, why now are you telling this throughout this campaign? He's talking about I think he mentioned something about ending ties with Putin or Ukraine or something like that. He had said, let me tell you something. How many individuals have put their trust in Trump, right? And what has happened? They've either lost their careers, gone down, not because of their because they supported him, but because they will get themselves into deep doo doo, and then it affects them. I mean, look at former mayor of New York City, Rudy Giuliani. I mean, would have fall from grace. I'm sorry, he lost his law license in like what, a couple of states, and he's could be facing jail time too, or heavy fines. I mean, it's ridiculous. He's asking people to help donate to pay for his court fees. This is weird. This is crazy. Oh, and I'm gonna play the video because I think I have it now. Mike Lindell, my pillow guy, losing arguments from 12-year-old geniuses. I mean, come on, shaving. It's like it's weird. It's weird. So, and the even weird thing is, RFK is not ending his campaign. He's suspending it. He's like, I will still be on the ballots. You can still vote for me, and I'm still gonna be running for office, but I'm just suspending my campaign, and I'll be endorsing Donald Trump. What the hell does that mean? So you're gonna endorse your opponent. I mean, like, it doesn't make any sense, dude. Just drop out. Drop out if you want to drop out. That's all I can say is drop out if you want to drop out. Because remember I told you before what different polls were saying. A vote for RFK is votes away from Donald Trump. But now it's like you've already said you endorse one person. So why, like, you think Trump supporters are gonna like vote for you now? Like, it doesn't make sense. You endorse one, so obviously you lose the Democratic voters. And for any Democrats that stuck with you, they're like, bro, you literally you betrayed us, because you were that third option that we wanted to lean towards and maybe start something with the third party, with having more third party candidates and more third party voices. But now you're like, no, I'm gonna endorse Trump. But you can still vote for me though. You can still vote for me though. You can't do that. You can't. That doesn't make sense, man. You just can't do that. I say it like this. You already have a list of Republicans that is against Trump, because their focus is like, we want a peaceful democracy. I care more about democracy than I do about my own self and my party. But I still hold my values, but I care about the people more than my own personal gains. So they took that leap of faith to endorse Kamala Harris, who's a Democrat. And so now you have other Republican voters that says, well, I wish that we would have had like maybe a Nikki Haley or just another option. I'm just not a fan of Trump. I can't do it. But RFK is. So now this just continues to make him more right leaning. It would have surprised me if he turns out to become a Republican. It doesn't. I mean, what else is new, right? Because you got former Congresswoman of Hawaii, Tulsi Gabbard, who ran a while years ago for presidency as a Democrat. She was a Democratic official for a while. Then she became a contributor on Fox News, still with the title in front of her name as a Democrat. Then, but she was on Fox mainly to trash the Democrats. She was never on there to talk about or defend her party ever. And then all of a sudden she said, hey, I'm leaving the party. I'll write a book. I'll make a lot of money and sell copies about how corrupt the Democratic Party system is. Okay. Me personally, I think she got her feelings hurt because she didn't get any support while she was running for president. And this is basically her big FU tour that she's been doing for like almost 5 years. Okay. She has her own podcast now. She's a full-time contributor on Fox News, and you see her a lot on far right leaning circuits, right? It was funny because I remember seeing her on Newsmax and she was promoting it, and then I think she might have been on like Chris Cuomo's program. She was on a I'll say a left-leaning media outlet, never promoted, but she promoted all her right-leaning and conservative stuff. So it's like it's a money game in my opinion. I truly believe that it's a huge money game happening, and yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I'm not going to continue to say it's unfortunate because I at the time when it was two old guys running against each other, I was interested in reading more on RFK's policies, but then I'm like, I'm not. It's a wasted vote voting third party, and I hate to always say that because I truly think that there's third party candidates that mean well, that really want to make an impact and do what's best for the community, but they just don't have that support. So thought this guy was going to be one of them. Hey, he's a Kennedy for crying out loud, right? But boy, was I wrong. So before we move on to a commercial break, y'all, I want to play this video for you all of the My Pillow guy, My Pillow founder, Mike Lindell, arguing with a 12-year-old. And when I tell you he is losing that battle, boy, he is just losing that battle. So don't go anywhere as I grab this clip for you before we head on out for a quick commercial break. I just had to give you guys a good laugh before we head to commercial break.
Your state. You want to know more in your state? They just found 257,000 votes. This happened last week. A judge ruled in Georgia that are missing from the 2020 election. This just came out here behind you.
So your sources, trust me, bro? That's your source? Yeah. I'm okay. He provided no facts, no sources, so I'm confused as to why his source was trust me, bro.
Mike Lindell just got ruled by a 12-year-old.
That's in your state.
Like, way to end it off right there. Mike Lindell just got told by a 12-year-old. Mike Lindell is still talking about voter fraud. Till this day, he is still very much still talking about voter fraud. He's lost millions and millions and millions of dollars because he's continuing to fight and talk about voter fraud. And it's just like, dude, you lost this battle. Why are you not giving up? Do what's best for you. And it's sad because it's just, you're seeing his career just slowly but surely just kind of like I don't know what his career now is in the pillow industry, but in trashy far right media, he is a joke. Okay, in media in general, he is a joke because this man literally changed his physical appearance to quote unquote sneak in the DNC, and he has his little media crew trying to be like, hey, this is the corruption going on, and I'm gonna argue with this 12-year-old kid. And he literally was like, why didn't he just leave? Like, he's 12. I don't care how educated, smart, talented. I don't care. I'm not wasting my breath arguing with a 12-year-old. Dude, what is what people today, man? Common Sense University, I'm telling you, Common Sense University is at its all-time low. All right, at its all-time low. All right, guys, look, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Don't go anywhere, my friends, and please do not change that dial.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. Welcome back. Welcome back. So check this out. Check this out. My guy, former NFL star Cam Newton, recently spoken on his show Funky Friday of how bad he wants more kids. He wants more kids. You hear me? He wants more kids. He wants more kids, and he's very passionate about that. And so recently, and I'm actually this is an article reported by Rolling Out. Rollingout.com says here, Cam Newton, a father of 8 kids with 3 women, wants more kids but not marriage. He literally says, and I quote, if I can find that quote, bear with me, y'all. He says here that he says here that he wants, okay, I literally just, no, there we go. Says here that he, why do I have all these pop-ups popping up? Okay. His desire to get married is lower than his fear of divorce. Okay. His desire to get married is lower than his fear of getting a divorce. And he just talks about he wants more kids. He wants more kids. So recently, he had a sit down with with a psychologist and renowned life coach and co-producer of MTV's nominated best unscripted reality show Teen Mom Family Reunion, Dr. Dr. Bryant. I'm having struggles pronouncing the first name, but I'll just say Dr. Bryant. And she told him, she told him off, man. And look, let me find the audio for you guys, and let me know what your thoughts on it.
But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life. You're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing dad. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you. But these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all would end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior to say kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to create a home and with them babies. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. Mm-hmm. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, you're an amazing daddy.
So I really love the fact that Dr. Brian said that, because that's how I've always my opinion on, like, Nick Cannon, for example. Now I get what you're saying. It's like, Arrington, why care? He can do whatever he wants, and that's his life, that's his business. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It I shouldn't have an opinion on that, because that's, that he can afford them. That's his business, all that stuff. But here's the thing, y'all. Why do people always say, "Oh, he can afford them," and not them? These are lives. These are individuals. Okay, when you bring them into this world, man, you got to be with them 24/7 to build a proper and a great relationship without causing any issues, any toxic or turmoil. Nick Cannon got like 12 kids by, I don't know. I'm gonna just say 8 baby mamas. I'm guessing, because I've lost count. I really don't know. But you can't, there's no way in hell you can be there all the time for each of those kids. There's gonna be moments where it's like, okay, I gotta spend like 10 days with this one, or I gotta spend some time with this one. You can have all of them in one household. I mean, that's perfectly fine. But then you also got to explain all the different women that's in there too. I mean, come on, it's like it's crazy. And I totally agree with the doctors, what the doc is saying. The more you create this, all you're doing is just creating more households, unbroken households. And it's very true. I didn't know Cam had those many kids, by the way. I thought he maybe just had like 4 or 5, but I didn't know it was 8. And he's talking about, like, right now I'm not thinking about marriage. I just want to have kids. I just want to have kids. I mean, I don't know, man. It's a new era right now. It's a new era. Now I don't have kids. All right. I have nieces and nephews, but I don't have any children, so I really can't relate to that factor. But what I can say is that my parents were not together when I mean, excuse me, they were together when they had me, but they were, they're not married. I grew up, my father was in a different state. He always came to visit me and all that good stuff, but he was never there like 24/7. He was always in my life. He was always a phone call away. And I'm blessed to have siblings that I love truly. And again, we're one big happy family, but my luck it didn't come easy. And then on top of that too, it can't work for everybody. Not everybody can have a parent that lives out of state that comes to visit them on a certain amount of times, or I will travel to visit him for this time, that time. That can get difficult. I'm trying to get a response here, trying to read more on this article so I can get a response from Cam Newton on what he had to say. It says here, his comments ignited a debate online with many weighing in on the uncontroversial. Says here's the thing. I want more. Newton knows that many pop culture observers view him as a eccentric, if not a baron. Says a lot of people see my situation and think that I'm not high functioning. He told Nick Cannon told Bryant. He also said saying his desire to get married is lower than his fear of divorce, which is causing him to take his time about getting hitched. Bryant eloquently articulated to Newton that she disapproves of his outlook on marriage. She said he's being very action based. She continued to enlighten him, pointing out that he actually is being very selectively active. Okay, very selectively active. You are proactively choosing where you want to be active. You heard the video I just gave you, but it was a little choppy, so I still want to read it verbatim for you guys. Where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time, she stated. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears, but you will selfishly create broken families even if you're in their life. That is some heavy-ish right there. Let me tell you something. Fans who viewed the show loved the Brian countered Newton's reasoning, because I will say Cam is I say this to a lot of about a lot of people that start their own like platform. So Cam Newton, really, he could have he easily has like 4 good years left in him to play in the NFL at the time when he wasn't in the NFL. He hasn't been in there for about 2 years, so I don't know how his physical and style of play is doing. I don't know if he still wants to play in the NFL. But after he was let go, never signed with the team, he started his own platform, and the platform was mainly a sit down talk with a lot of influencers and positive people. Initially, he started off by interviewing some pretty dope people. He interviewed Steve Harvey. He interviewed I think some of the guys from Pivot Podcast. He interviewed some like very good selective individuals. Then he started interviewing like just some influencers that are very controversial, right? Why? Because Cam wants to be controversial because controversy sells and brings higher ratings to a platform, right? When he says off the wall stuff, everybody will talk about it. Like, look, I'm talking about it right now, but everybody wants to watch it. Everybody will view it. And they're like, okay, we got to check this out. So he likes the controversy. Cam has said some stuff that I'll be like, what the hell is he saying? What is he talking about? And he still to this day, like what he just said. Somebody said that I love the way that she articulated this, very direct, very respectful, very much right. One of the users wrote on DJ Academics in the Shade Room Instagram's pages. Another person said it's no men in the comments. That means she clocked it correctly. She clocked it correctly. Another one said the want for more kids would stop if people had these kids full time around the clock. A third person opined. Then also the last one said, call me crazy, but I'd rather get married than have 8 kids by 3 different baby mamas. A fourth person stated, hey, that's very true. Because I'm sorry, people act like, and again, these are people with money. I guarantee you, if Cam was not successful and financially stable the way he is now, would he still have 8 kids by 3 different women? I know his ass wouldn't do that. I know for sure he would not do that, because they are already in their mind when they're talking, or when they're messing around, whatever. Now I'm just speaking from on a guy's perspective. Men think ahead, okay? I'm not saying all, but I'm saying people think ahead, especially in his case, because he has 8 different women. I mean, excuse me, 8 different kids by 3 different women. And let's be honest, Cam's probably been in past relationships where it was serious, but he was a college athlete, football star. Look, it's a culture base that happens when it comes to professional athletes. I'm sorry, but it's just like it's sometimes rare when you do see professional athletes with one wife, one woman, kids, all by that one individual, and they've been married for years. I'm sorry, that's rare. That's rare in pop culture, in in the entertainment world. It's rare, but trust and believe, when those cats are with those individuals, they're thinking ahead. All right, they're thinking ahead. What's their life looking like right now? Right? Are they dead broke? Are they financially stable? Are they are they not as busy individuals? With so many things happening? Are they have free? They're always thinking of like their current status, right? Financial status, and so on and so on. So I I think Cam says it's easy for Cam to say stuff like this because he has millions of dollars, he has a fan base, he has a following. But I guarantee you, if he did not have this, he will not be speaking this nonsense. Okay, I guarantee you, y'all. If y'all disagree with me, please, hey, DM me at the Arrington Gavin Show on Instagram, or leave a comment below, because I want to get your thoughts on this. Let me see how much time do I have left. I have about 11 minutes. 11 minutes. Let me go ahead and move on real quickly to another story I want to bring up before I end this. Let's see. Do I want to bring? I'm like, now I'm at a toss about. do I want to talk about this? Do I have the time to? Let me see here. Let's see here. Okay, I'll bring this up. The world is getting lazy, y'all. When and you're probably like saying, Arrington, what else is new? you spoke on about this before. Well, I'm gonna speak about it again because recently I saw a video of a person working for a DoorDash delivery or deliverer caught on camera eating the customer's food literally at the door before right before the individual rung the door now the doorbell, eating all, I think it looked like some burgers and fries, and she's like just eating, and it's funny because the person I think that ordered is literally like has a camera, is recording her do it. And actually I'll post it on our Instagram page at the Arrington Gavin Show so y'all can actually see it. But it's extremely sad the fact that we live in a world now, y'all, where we are so when it comes to we always gotta, we can't just go and grab food. Now I get it. Look, I love delivering. I love getting food delivered because there's moments where I'm just like, oh, I just don't want to get outside. I want to stay in the house all day. I just want to get food delivered. I get it. But I just look around, man. I see so many like things that are either like self checkout or machines delivering stuff at my door, or just or drones getting sent. It's just I look at so much stuff and I'm like, wow, we are really 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 getting lazy. And I just, again, maybe I'm just having this mindset because I just finished having a community event where we're helping underprivileged families that don't have much, and I'm just like, damn, Arrington, like we are really getting lazy. So I want to start off by talking about DoorDash for one, because I've thought about like ordering from DoorDash or a lot of like the food, delivery services, Grubhub, all the other stuff. But then I look at the fees that they add. I'm like, God dang, like they add so much money to it. I'm like, okay, if I get something that's $20 and all of a sudden I'm paying 45, almost $50 just because of added fees, I'm like, oh hell no, I'm not doing this. It says here that restaurants raise prices on delivery orders to offset the commissions they pay to DoorDash and other apps, which can be as high as 30%. Are you kidding me? 30%? Look, y'all, a lot of y'all that use DoorDash and all these other entities to get delivered, I'm sorry, but some of y'all might not have all that money to continue to use DoorDash or DoorDash. Save your money and, hey, rely on either cooking, rely on just going out, getting off your behind and going picking up the food your damn self and saving some money. Because it's ridiculous. And I'm not trying to take away jobs, because I know a lot of people that do Grubhub and DoorDash. That's some great extra cash, and I understand. Please, this is not a shot to you. I'm just saying in general, like we live in a very spoiled society. Before you know it, I mean, hell, we got AI, Chat GPT, we got all these services to help benefit. And don't get me wrong, I use it too. I use some of these luxuries, but I just want us to not overdo it. I don't. That's what I'm mainly trying to say. Just don't overdo stuff. Don't completely like just rely on delivery, rely on AI, rely on stuff, self checkout, things in that nature. Just make sure that you always still are aware and functioning, and keep the mind fresh. Well, do a word search here and there, okay? Do a word search, do a crossword puzzle. Keep the mind going, stay, get active, do stuff. But it's just like, I mean, my goodness, man. But I never done DoorDash or any of that. Because I do have a fear that, okay, who's buying? Who's the delivery person? Who's getting my food? What does their car look like? Okay, do they have? They could have a cold and they're coughing all up around my food and stuff. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. So that's why I never done DoorDash or got the Grubhub and all that delivery stuff. It sucks because a lot of restaurants now do not do delivery. I mean, pizza spots still deliver and they have their own in-house people that deliver. But I know a lot of Chinese restaurants don't do it, which I mean, I can eat Chinese food like all day, every day, Sunday through Saturday. I can eat Chinese food. I kid you not. That's my go-to. Excuse me. But yeah, I just had to speak a little bit on this because each and every year, a new invention will be created that will be of a of a luxury, whether it's hey, we got self-driven cars, for crying out loud, right? We have homes that are fully tech based, where everything is by a push of a button, everything is by voice activation. You don't have to have a key. We literally have our credit cards now, y'all, in our mobile devices. We don't have to carry wallets anymore. What else? I mean, just think about when uh cars went away from having an actual metal key, and now and into having a magnet or something, right? It's just it's weird, and no turning a key, it's a press of a button. Like, it's just, the world is continuing to grow and get more techie. But I don't know. I mean, maybe I seeing this video of this person eating food out of a client's bag and stuff, just said, like, you know what, we getting too lazy, man. We gotta stop, just having just random strangers deliver food from us that we paid for, that we paid a crap ton for. And yeah, we can't do that, man. We can't do that. Yeah, that I don't know what else to say. I'm kind of like, I'm lost of words right now, and I'm looking at my time, and I'm like, okay, do I want to speak on another related topic as far as food and restaurants? But I'll say that for the next show. But again, y'all, just don't get lazy. Just please don't get lazy. I that's all. That's I can't. I don't have any. I don't have any other words, man. Just please don't get lazy. When you see, oh man, another. If you're at a grocery store and you're pushing a cart and you empty your cart, don't just leave it next to your vehicle. Take it either back to the front of the store where a lot of the carts always sit at, or put it in back in the they had those little spots where you just put all the shopping carts at. Because I get so sick and tired when I see people make their own piles, and the people that work there, they have to like rearrange it and things like that. It is lazy, y'all. When I was working retail, I worked at Costco's part-time straight out of college, and I would see people that would park all the way. I would literally grab those like those little scooters, shopping scooters, for people that might have had that might can't, that had a injured ankle, or too old to do long distance walking, or just probably like I remember picking up one that was so far out in the park lot. I'm like, hold up. So you're telling me that somebody that could easily walk the store chose to be lazy, grab a car where that could have helped with somebody that really needed it, and then they're gonna leave it far out there. And they used to hate it because it's like, the longer I will drive it and that thing shut down on me, I gotta push it. I'm just like, yo, people are lazy. People are lazy, and I hate it. I hate it. All right, chill, Woosah, Arrington, Woosah. Everybody's like, what is wrong with Arrington today, man? He is tripping. You damn right I'm tripping, because the world's getting lazy. Anyway, my friends, look, that is my time. Continue to listen and watch the Arrington Gavin Show, again, weeknights, available on all digital streaming platforms, as well as on all podcast platforms. And check us out on our affiliate, WDJY 99.1 FM, Straight Talk, weeknights at 11 p.m. on on WDJY 99.1 FM, Straight Talk, as well as online at WDJYFM.com. I truly thank you for continuing to support. Subscribe, all that good stuff. My friends, stay blessed, stay safe out there, and I will see you next time here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.